Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Let's talk about highlighters, guys, today. Lime Crime once again has come out with a highlighter palette. They just came out with the unicorns collection. It had the highlight palette in unicorns, and then they also had those chunky glittery lip topper kind of things. Now they have a new collection called the Angels collection, which also has a highlighter palette and three of those lip topper things. Now I was not at all drawn to this palette because let me quickly show it to you. These are so light, they are so pale, and I genuinely thought that it will not suit my skin tone. They look very, this looks almost white, and this is so pale pink. This looks like a very frosty purple, so I was just not interested in picking this palette up. But I saw a few people on Instagram and on YouTube say that this is like their favorite palette so far from Lime Crime. I was like, have you used the Blossoms palette? So if you used it, you definitely, and you still think this is better, then I had to pick it up because Blossoms palette has been like the best palette. Not just in the palettes that Lime Crime has released, but I think that is one of the best formulas I've tried in all of the other best formulas I've tried. It's definitely incredible. If you like pigmented, creamy, buttery highlighters, just try the highlight palette in Blossoms. It's so beautiful, guys, on dark skin especially. It's a very pigmented palette. So yeah, so I was like, if you try the Blossoms and still if you like this better, I have to try it. So I went ahead and placed my order, and this retails for $38, and at the back you can see you get three colors. One is Halo, and then the center shade is Heaven 24/7, and then you have Celestial. And this palette is certified vegan and cruelty free, and the palette is made in the US. And you do have like the list of ingredients in the back. And so yeah, let's get swatching, guys. Let's do this. Oh, this is again, but the reviews I saw, no one mentioned that this had chunky glitter in it, so I thought probably it's close to the Blossoms palette. I thought that Lime Crime got serious and they wanted to come out with a serious highlighter palette, because with this it's kind of hard to take them seriously. So anyways, let me just save all this opinion for the last of the video. So yeah, this is that shade Halo. I do have a e.l.f. highlighter brush. Let's just swatch it. Do you see how ridiculously just chunky it is? Do you see it? It just irritates me, guys. This particular shade just irritates me to the core. Just, do you see how it's just, you know, okay, let me calm myself down. There are some chunky highlighters where when you pick it up in the brush, it looks chunky, but when it touches your skin, it kind of melts and kind of adheres well to your skin. But do you see how ridiculous this is? Just, do you see how when I was trying to swatch here, oh wait, there's some other product down here, but do you see how far the chunky glitters have fallen on my skin? Now, I have seen some glittery highlighter palettes from Lime Crime. There's the Mermaids palette, and then there's a Unicorns palette, and then there's this. Now, this particular shade, Halo, has larger size glitters, guys, that I've seen so far from Lime Crime, or I've just seen so far from any glittery highlighters. Now, it's so large that it looks like I have texture on my skin, and do you see how it doesn't adhere at all properly? And you can see the glitter just falling, and it's just a mess. It's just a hot mess. And this particular shade it's a 0 out of 10. I wish I would. And if there's a negative, I would just give, it's just negative, as negative as it can get. It's just so, the glitter size is so large that, as I said, it looks, when I apply it on my cheek, it doesn't give like a it doesn't like spread on the cheek properly. It just like, it's so there's so much gap between one glitter and the other on the skin. It looks like I have texture and it just does not look good. I hate this color. It just, and then let's move on. Hang on, wrong finger. This looks pink, but it's loaded with green shimmers that you don't see any of that pink on my skin. The size of the glitter in this color is like normal for lime crime, I think. Very similar to yeah, there you go. It's not that as bad as the previous one, I guarantee you. I was shocked by how bad that shade Halo was. It's just ridiculous. This one, the size of the shimmers in there is visible shimmers, but size of the shimmers in this color is Heaven 24/7, it's just very close to the glitters and the shimmers in the Unicorns palette or the Mermaids palette. Now, although both shades are so light on the pan, both are actually they don't leave a white cast on my skin, since they don't have a proper solid base to them. They are just pressed glitter, right? So as you can see, even when I move my arms this way, you don't see an actual base at all you see is just glitter. So I think both the colors are very dark skin friendly. I just hate the formula of this one, the purple one. It's just large size glitters, that's it. They're too large, guys, and they don't adhere well. And you can see this this is from the previous, guys, I'm sorry, but when I swatch this on my arm, you don't see glitters just spread across unlike the previous one. So this is much better. And then finally we have Celestial. Yes, Celestial, and this is believe it or not, there is no visible shimmers in this. This is just like a very, very finely milled. It in fact has a very satin finish to it. So let's brush swatch that. So as you can see, hang on guys, I need to clean my brush properly because it has that glitter remaining on the brush. All right, let's do it once more. Let me also clean my arms. Hopefully it doesn't have any glitter. So that is that purple shade, and as you can see, again, although it's very pigmented and it's not like loaded with, it's not loaded with like visible, obviously it has shimmers because it is shiny and everything, but the size is not that large. But so yeah, it doesn't really leave a white cast on my skin, but I think if you over apply like more than 3 layers, I think it will leave a white cast. But again, this is, I think the palette itself is definitely dark skin friendly, but this shade is just ridiculously it's just a use. This is just rubbish. This is the most rubbish highlighter I've ever used this far. And I'm just disappointed in this palette. This is going back, guys. I was wondering. Anyways, I don't want to criticize about others' taste, but this is just the worst palette from Lime Crime. The Mermaids palette was good, but it was just not dark skin friendly. The base, the pigment, the base of the each of the highlighter shades in the the Mermaids palette were more pigmented, so it left behind a definite white cast. It was very ashy on my skin tone, but it was a good palette. It was not bad at all. It just did not work out for my skin tone. But this particular shade is just horrible. It was a nightmare to use actually. But these two are all right. This is just not, it's just not working out for me. But yeah, you guys, hope you guys found this video useful. Hope I gave you guys a perspective of why I don't like this palette. I know a lot of people said they do like, maybe they have different tastes. This is not something I really like. I really need Lime Crime to get back to the Blossoms highlighter palette formula, guys. That was so creamy. It was just like cream highlighters. It was as creamy as a cream highlighter. It's just beautifully pigmented. I recently wore it outside and I just got a compliment from a complete stranger who like doesn't know anything about lime crime or makeup. So it's a beautiful palette, the Blossoms palette. Highlight Lime crime really needs to bring back that creamy, beautiful formula instead of just playing around. They need to quit playing around with all these unicorn, mermaid, and angels theme. Well, I don't have a problem with the theme, to be honest. I don't really care because it's all marketing, right? I just don't care about all that. I just need a good product, and this did not work out for me. But if you like these colors, go ahead and try this palette out, because I was interested in knowing why a lot of people claim that this is like the best palette from Lime Crime so far over the Blossoms palette. So that's why I went ahead and bought it, not because I like the colors, but if something about this palette intrigues you and you really want to find out, definitely go ahead and buy it. But I suggest you buy it from Ulta's website, ulta.com, rather than Lime Crime, because Ulta you get free returns, and the service of, because it is like a brick and mortar store, retail store, the service and like meeting people in face to face is much easier if you have a problem with the palette. So yeah, for me, this palette is a dud. It's not even close to the Blossoms palette, not even close. So yeah, you guys, those are the swatches, and I just shared with you guys the review. These two are good, no complaints about this, but maybe one little complaint. Lime Crime is sticking to the same color scheme throughout, right from their opals to now. One color is pink, then the other color is like gold/green, and then the final color is purple. If you just notice, the color family is very similar from the opals palette to this one. Lime Crime really needs to branch out, guys, and just come out with a serious palette. That's not that it doesn't mean that I need like traditional colors like a pale gold, a champagne, and like a rose gold. That's not what I mean. The formula needs to be really good, and this, I don't know. This is just not the standard. Definitely, I think Lime Crime can do better. They proved it by coming out with the Blossoms palette, but this is just not good enough. Anyways, guys, hope you guys found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.